Good. So I'm going to talk about birds, butterflies, and dragonflies of quarter-degree grid cell. So you can see already some of the butterflies, some of the birds, and some of the dragonflies in the quarter-degree grid cell. So where is this located? It is located in Nigeria, and of course, it is located in the northern parts of Nigeria. You can see where I have this small red dot. That is where the quarter-degree grid cell that is located. And this is where, this is the northern Nigeria, and this is the southern parts of Nigeria. And there is a place here you can see where River Benue and River Niger meets. That's what separates northern Nigeria and southern Nigeria. So this is the Google Earth map of the quarter-degree grid cell. It is located in Jigawa, and Dutse is the capital of Jigawa State. That's where I live. So the vegetation type is typical that of savanna. It is a savanna ecosystem. And what activities do we do in this quarter-degree grid cells? We do bed atlases and biomapping activities. So this is just a view or a picture of how the quarter-degree grid cell look like. This is a small pond within my university, and I took this picture just last month. We are in rainy season, so this is a seasonal pond. During the rainy season, it's completely dried up. So during the wet season like this is how it looks like. And it offers an opportunity to see a lot of dragonflies, a lot of water beds, and frogs and toads. This is also a view of the quarter-degree grid cell, and this is how the quarter-degree grid cell looks like during the wet season like this, because a lot of farming activities used to be carried out like in this time of the year. So apart from this, what is so special about this quarter-degree grid cell? It is the home of Dutse Bed Club, which is part of the NIBAF activities, although we started bedding long before I met Uplori. And it is the location where the Federal University Dutse is located. That is where I work. So what activities do we carry out within this quarter-degree grid cell? We carry out bedding activity once every month, at least once every month. And the first outing was in August 2017, and up to date, we have been continued to atlas to bed in this quarter-degree grid cell. And so far, we had over 27 outings once every month. And these are some of the students during one of our outing. You can see them. And these are also some of the students. You can see. So already, part of these activities, we have generated a reasonable bed list, that is data set. So these are some of the interesting bird species we have recorded and biomap in this quarter-degree grid cell. This is Gosling's bounty, Emberiza goslingi, and this is a new record to this quarter-degree grid cells. Just last week, I was opportune to saw it, and I photographed it while I was coming up from the university, just close to my office. And this is Cotrat finch, and this is Winchat, Saxicola rubetra. It is a palearctic migrant, and so far it is we had only one record within this QDCS. And this is an intra-African migrant. It is a raptor, kites. We have about 3 records. Then we have African grey woodpecker, and we have this bearded barbet. This is Pterodon walia, Bruce's green pigeon, which is also a very uncommon pigeon species. And this is gray-headed kingfisher, and this is, of course, double spot francolin. So these are there any new record this year? Yes, there are so many records this year. This was from our last outing last month, plain nightjar, first record in the QDCS. And this is classes cuckoo, although we have been hearing it in the last 2 years, but last month was the first time to photograph it, to capture it, and already biomapped. And this is also a new record, African golden oriole. And this is red sad, also a palliative migrant, also is a new record, I think in February. And this is also a new record last month. It is, what's the name of this bird again? Greater painted snipe. It's also a new record in the QTCS. And this is also a white-throated bee-eater. It's an intra-African migrant, and also it's a new record. Most of hoopoe, Eurasian hoopoe, is also a new record in the QTCS. And of course, African cuckoo is also a new record in the QTCS. So all these cuckoo, the classes cuckoo, the white-throated bee-eater, the African cuckoo, they are all intra-African migrants. And we are in wet season in Nigeria, so we have them now. They are around. They are around. So to date, we have so far biomapped 60 bird species within this QTCS. However, we have 122 bird species in bird Lhasa. So you can see at least we have some reasonable number of bird lists in this QTCS. So let's check about the other flying things. In terms of butterflies, not very good, but at least we are going to make it in the next coming months, because this is their time. They are breeding and they are coming up. So this is Calotis proctimedia, and this is Urema brigida, and common diadem, and this is Catopsilia florella, and this is Trimula fitibarana. And in terms of butterflies, this is what we have biomapped in Virtual Museum. But according to a study, a little survey we conducted last year around June, we identified 17 species in the university. So unfortunately, at that time, I wasn't so much interested in butterflies. I didn't biomap them. But recently, I have so much interest in butterflies and dragonflies. So I'm sure we are going to biomap a lot of them before the end of this wet season. So let's check about let's check the dragonflies. We have biomapped 9 species, and some are awaiting identification in the virtual museum. And of course, this is broad scarlet, one of the most common broad scarlet we have around. And this is northern banded groundling, and this is a vagrant emperor, and this is long schema and Diplocodis luminans, the barbet patcha. And of course, I had been having trouble with this otetrum. It has been long since I had been biomapping this species on virtual museum, but still, I have not yet get a full identification of it. It is otetrum species. I don't know which species particularly. So this is some of the interesting creatures I have so far biomapped in this QTCS. However, there are challenges, there are ongoing challenges in this QTCS. So the map you are seeing here, the blue is the map of the university, my university, which where this QTCS is located. So the blue shading, or the blue line you are seeing, this is where the university took up in 2011. This is the took up site in 2011. So in the last 9 years, the university keep on expanding. You see this yellow. All this yellow that you are seeing are new structures between 2012 to date. And still, as I'm speaking, there are a lot of constructions, a lot of development activities that is going on. So it is of paramount importance to map some of the biodiversity, some of the animals we have before we even lost them. I can tell you that in 2011, when the university started, there are a lot of species, snake species here. The vice chancellor was forced to recruit a local snake charmer to catch snakes. It was so terrible. It was so challenging to live for students to live in their hostels or for staff to live in their offices because of snakes. But today we hardly hear about snakes, maybe once in a while. So this QTCS is very, very important in terms of biomapping and in terms of bird atlas. So thank you for listening.
Unmute myself. Thanks, Ringim. That was fascinating. Questions for Ringim? Steve had some comments as you were going on about the rarity of some of the species.
Protomedia down here is unheard of. You never see it south of. You never see that one south of Tanzania. But I've seen them myself. It's a beautiful thing. Really quite jealous. I never got a photograph of it. Only got collected specimens. And then there's some nice familiar ones here. Urema virgita, the Hypolenus lysipus, and the Catopsilia florella. It's interesting. The blue monarch, or blue tiger, I think it's called now. Tiramala pitiparana. I think there's only 4 records from South Africa, one of which is mine.
Wow.
But when I went to it's a collection record, it was way back before the living map. But when I went to West Africa, to Ivory Coast, it was the commonest domain in the area. They're just everywhere. It was amazing. So it's definitely a sort of a West African butterfly. It's a beautiful thing.
Yes, it's very common here.
Just want to ask
so
sorry, Ringim, I sent you a message. Looking at the aerial picture of the area, it looks very transformed. There's a lot of old farmlands.
Yes.
Do you have any untransformed habitat near you?
Yeah, as you can see, apart from this area, we don't have any untransformed habitats. Yes, we don't have any. As you can see, the university keep expanding this way. This is where we have some of the semi-natural areas. This is where the city is located, this angle. So most of this area is already urbanized. So this is where we have some of the remaining natural vegetation.
But even so, you can still see that there are old boundaries and fields underneath the bush there. It looks as if it was farmed at some point in the past.
Exactly, yes.
Yeah, so it's all secondary growth then.
Yes, absolutely. So these ones, I photographed these 2 individuals last month, and I thought they were completely different species, only turned out to be different, same species on virtual museum. So I couldn't figure out which one is the male, which one is the female.
No, it's the underside. The underside of.
Okay, it's the underside. Okay.
The upper side is that beautiful lemon, cream, and black, and the underside is
interesting.
Brown and yellow. It's a fantastic creature.
Interesting. Thank you very much.
That's amazing. Thanks, Ringim. Thanks very much. That was fascinating to be transported so far away, and for some of us down south, some things are familiar, many things are completely unfamiliar, especially with the birds. Thanks very much.